Part 1. I think my wife is way too close with her Uber driver. Hey Reddit, first time posting here, and honestly, I never thought I'd be that guy. But something's been eating away at me for weeks now, and I need to get this out. I 36 years old men have been married to my wife, Clara, 33 Yates old femme for a little over 5 years. No kids. We were planning on trying this year, but that's on pause now, for reasons you'll soon understand. We live in a mid-sized city where driving downtown is a nightmare, so Clara started using Uber regularly for her commute. At first, it seemed totally innocent. She'd talk about this really nice driver named Jason. It was just small talk. He always shows up on time, or Jason had the best playlist today. No big deal, but it started happening every single day. Always Jason. I joked once, is this guy your personal chauffeur or something? And she just laughed and said, he's just easy to talk to, okay? Over the next month, she started dressing a little differently for work, new perfume, more makeup, more tight-fitting clothes. I asked if she was doing anything special at the office. She said her company had new clients and she wanted to make a good impression. One day, I offered to drive her myself because I had errands nearby. She paused, then said, no need, I already scheduled Jason. It felt weird, like I was intruding on something. I couldn't shake that feeling. A few days later, I overheard her talking in the kitchen. It was Jason. Her tone was very different. Flirty, playful. She saw me and quickly ended the call with a weird laugh. I confronted her and asked what was going on. She rolled her eyes and said I was being insecure. He's just a friend, she snapped. God, why do you always assume the worst? But my gut told me something was off. Then, about 2 weeks ago, she said she was going out with coworkers after work. But her coworker posted an Instagram story, and Clara wasn't in it. I waited up. She came home late, tipsy, and smelled like men's cologne, a scent I definitely don't wear. I asked how her evening was. She said, it was fine, just drinks. I asked who was there. She paused, then said, people from the office, you wouldn't know them. She lied. I knew it, but I didn't have proof. Yet, I started to quietly track things. I noted what times she left, when she came back, and who picked her up. Every single time, it was Jason. That's when I started planning. I needed answers. Real ones. Part 2. I caught my wife cheating, in the back of an Uber. Hey Reddit, back again. If you read my first post, you know I suspected my wife Clara was way too close with her Uber driver, Jason. Turns out, I was right. And the truth was way worse than I expected. After she lied about going out with coworkers, I started tracking things more seriously. I didn't want to jump to conclusions without solid proof, so I got a cheap GPS tracker and attached it to her purse. Sounds extreme, but my gut was screaming at me. The next Thursday, she said she'd be late again. Big project, client drinks, the usual vague crap. I checked the GPS. She wasn't at her office or any restaurant. She was parked at a quiet residential area on the edge of town. For over an hour, I grabbed my keys and drove over. When I got there, I parked down the street. Sure enough, there was Jason's silver Toyota, same plates I had written down weeks earlier. And inside, Clara, in the backseat, straddling him. I froze, couldn't breathe. I couldn't even process what I was seeing at first, her face buried in his neck, his hands all over her. No guilt, no shame, just like I didn't even exist. I started recording on my phone. I walked up slowly, quietly, and then I knocked on the window. The look on Clara's face was pure panic. She scrambled off him, screaming, trying to pull her skirt down. Jason just stared at me, wide-eyed, like a deer in headlights. I didn't say a word, just showed her the phone, still recording. So this is your friend, huh? She screamed at me to stop filming. Tried to open the door, then locked it again. I stood there, calm as I could, while she lost it inside the car. Eventually she got out, still yelling. Why are you following me? You're insane, you're suffocating. This is why I needed someone else. You don't give me what I need. Oh, and my favorite line? It's not cheating if I don't love him. She actually said that with a straight face. As if ing a guy in the back of a car was just fine. Jason stayed in the car like a coward while she screamed and cried and begged me not to ruin her privacy. I told her I already had everything I needed. And I left. Part 3. She tried to lie her way out of it, and then everything exploded. So after I caught my wife Clara literally having sex with her Uber driver Jason in the back of his car, you'd think she'd be quiet. Ashamed, maybe even apologetic. Nope, she went full meltdown mode. The night after I caught her, she came home hours later, acting like I owed her an explanation. She threw the front door open like she owned the place and started screaming. How dare you stalk me? Do you know how controlling and toxic you've been? Jason treats me like a woman, not like some housemaid you can ignore. I didn't say much. I told her she had 15 minutes to pack a bag and leave. She refused, started crying, then suddenly flipped to full manipulation mode. It was just a mistake. It didn't mean anything. I was lonely and Jason listened to me. Then, in the same breath, she accused me of ruining our marriage. You work from home all day and don't even touch me anymore. I felt invisible. Mind you, I cook, clean, pay most of the bills, and tried for years to make her feel appreciated. I even planned a damn vacation for our anniversary she never stopped complaining about. But now this was my fault? She kept saying, "You're going to throw away our marriage over one mistake?" One mistake? She'd been seeing Jason for months. My GPS logs confirmed it. They had dozens of meetings outside of rides. I even found photos in her iCloud of her taking selfies in his car. Unbelievable. I called my lawyer the next morning and said one word: divorce. Here's the wild part. As soon as I filed and she got served, she tried to spin it to her family. Told them I was emotionally abusive, that she had been the victim. That I spied on her and wouldn't let her live. Her sister texted me. I sent her the video. 5 minutes later, I got this. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. She lied to all of us. Her mom called me crying. Her dad said, whatever she gets now, she earned it. She lost everyone's respect. And Jason? That coward blocked her right after I exposed him. Ghosted her completely. She thought she had it all figured out. Now she's alone, broke. I froze our accounts, and out of the house. Part 4. I found out who Jason really is, and it's darker than I thought. So, after filing for divorce and watching Clara blow up every bridge in her life, I figured that was it. I thought the worst was over. Then I decided to look deeper into Jason. Because something didn't sit right. He didn't act like a real Uber driver. His car had no decals, no dash cam, no scent of professionalism, just cologne and chaos. And he always seemed to have time. Too much time. So, with help from a friend who works in IT security, we dug a little. Turns out, Jason isn't Jason. His real name is Marcus J. L., and he's not just some rando driver. He's a convicted scammer, with 2 aliases, a suspended license, and a past that includes fraud, ID theft, credit card schemes, and 1 charge related to unlawful surveillance. Yeah, that one's terrifying. He had been banned from Uber a year ago. The account he was using belonged to someone else, a burner profile. He probably rented it, or used credentials from one of his previous scams. I don't even know if he liked Clara, or if she was just another stupid mark. She was probably buying him things or giving him access to my financials without realizing it. She gave him information about me, where I worked, our house, hell, probably even my schedule. I wouldn't be surprised if the whole affair was a way to set me up for something. I passed everything I found to my lawyer, and we went straight to the police. My contact at the department said they'd take it from here, and hinted that Marcus had open files in multiple counties. There might be other victims, even other women he's seduced using fake rideshare profiles. And Clara? She was stunned when I told her who he really was. She kept texting. He wouldn't lie to me. You're just making this up to hurt me. I'm not stupid. I'd know if he was fake. Spoiler. She's stupid. I finally replied with the mugshot I pulled from a public record site. Her last message? I can't believe this. He blocked me. I gave up everything. Yeah, you did. Final part: she lost everything. I walked away clean. Hey Reddit, this is it. The end. It's been a wild ride, literally, but I'm happy to say I'm finally out of that mess, and I walked away stronger than I thought possible. So where did we leave off? Right, Jason was really Marcus, a full-blown con artist with a criminal history longer than my marriage. Clara was caught red-handed, exposed to her family, dumped by her fake lover, and completely shattered. But I wasn't done yet. Step 1. Legal cleanup. My lawyer was a beast. Since Clara and I had no kids, and I had gathered overwhelming proof of infidelity and misconduct, the divorce process was fast. Brutal, but fast. We froze the joint accounts. I kept the house, 100% in my name. She had to move in with a friend, who, by the way, ghosted her after a week when she saw the video. I also had my lawyer send a cease and desist to Marcus, along with the footage, evidence of identity fraud, and a nice little note to the police contact who'd been following the case. Haven't heard from him since, and I hope I never do. Step 2. Social scorched earth. I never had to say a word publicly. Her friends, family, co-workers, all found out from her own meltdown. After she tried to lie to them and got caught, she deleted most of her social media. I didn't even have to expose her. But for the few mutual friends who asked me what really happened, I just sent them the video. No captions, no explanation, didn't need one. Step 3. My own closure, and a little payback. I took a solo vacation. Somewhere warm, no phones, no emails, and it was glorious. When I got back, I started therapy, hit the gym, and reconnected with friends I hadn't seen in years because Clara always didn't like them. Turns out, they didn't like her, either. And the final cherry on top? I mailed Clara the wedding album, cut down the middle, with a copy of the divorce decree taped inside. No note, just clean silence. Final thoughts. To everyone who followed this story, thanks for reading. For real, this subreddit kept me sane when I felt like I was losing my mind. If you ever feel like your partner is making you question reality, gaslighting you, making you feel crazy, don't ignore it. You're probably right. Trust your gut, ask the hard questions, and if they lie, walk away, proud.